Hey y'all, TeannaBReading here. Welcome back to my channel. Or welcome to my channel if you're new. We got a book review today. First book review of the new year. Happy New Year. If this is the first video you've watched of me in 2025. Today, the book review is going to be about the name of the book. Kindred, Xander, girl. Kindred, Xander's Story. The author's name is Robbi, Renee. I got this book during a Stuff Your Kindle event in the end of 2024, but I just now have gotten around to reading it. It's my first book of the new year that I'm reading, so that's super exciting. 215 pages. I rated it very low, but I did not rate it very low because of the writing, okay? I rated it a 2.5 out of 5. Just rock with me, okay? Just rock the world with me, okay? We're going to talk about the rating. But yeah, the name of the book is Kindred, Xander's Story by Robbi, Renee. Let's get into this book review. Real quick, we're going to do the synopsis. Y'all know this synopsis is pulled right off the Amazon or whatever, the back of the, the little blurb. Bear with me. I know your girl can't read. All right. Kindred spirits are said to be individuals with the same beliefs, attitudes, and feelings. Similar souls who mutually experience an instant heart connection of love, peace, and understanding. But when that connection is threatened, can kindred souls fall deeply, dangerously in love? Xander, warrior, protector, the defender of people. But the awkward, gangly teenage Xander Kindred contradicts the valor and strength of the Greek name. He covets a simple life away from the hustle and madness of the inner city streets. The oldest of the Kindred boys, Xander denies his family's murderous legacy until an innocent walk home from school quickly transforms Xander from a boy to a man, forcing Xander to protect his family and territory at all costs, even if it means sacrificing his kindred soulmate, the love of his life. Now, let's get into my review. Now, y'all know how I do. If you have not watched one of my book reviews before, I review as I read. This is not a go back and write how I felt about it. No, I am telling how I feel about it as I'm reading. So y'all are getting like my authentic thoughts as I am, let me straighten it up a little bit, as I am reading these books. Okay? Y'all kind of in my face. Whatever, it's okay. First thought. Ew. Why do Xander and David have to share a sibling? I do not like to share a sibling. I don't like that they have a half brother in common. Because that's just too close for comfort. Too close to home. Too close. No. No. Hold on. Their youngest brother has a mom with Deja and a dad with Xander. I did not like that. I feel like, I don't know, they were already neighbors. It could have just stayed with them as neighbors. Building another connection to kind of force them into proximity by way of a shared sibling, weird dynamic. I said, I'm glad there was a conflict after they slept together. It happened too early in the book anyway. Their first intimate encounter happened too early in the book. It's like within that first 2 chapters, they're sleeping together. And I'm glad that when it happened, Xander basically pulled away from her and created a conflict with her, because otherwise that was way too soon. Way too soon. And I feel like we should have got to know them a little better first. Like, I don't know. I didn't learn enough about either one of them as individuals before that happened for me to root for one of them. Yeah, like, it didn't give me time to get to know them enough to be, like, happy for them. Where did I leave off? I don't like how people keep trying to make Deja feel bad for being with Roman. Xander literally told her he didn't want to be with her. Deja has had a crush on Xander since she was a little kid. And everybody knows it. And she is putting herself out there to let Xander know that she has a crush on. Like, it's not like he doesn't know. He knows, which is why they end up sleeping together. But he basically tells her he don't want to be with her in so many words. And everybody kind of makes her feel bad about the fact that she has moved on with Roman. And it's like, they keep trying to make it like, oh, Xander's not going to like that. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Or why would you be with him? And it's like, nobody is hardly mentioning the fact that Xander did not want her. He did not want her. She has the right to be with somebody else. She's in her early, mid-20s. There's no reason for her to sit around waiting for Xander. It's just not. It is what it is. I don't like how individually everybody is saying something about the fact that she's with Roman. I also want to say, Roman isn't a bad guy. Like, we're supposed to believe that Roman's family, I forgot their last name. Is it Stone? I forgot their last name. Roman's family and the Kindreds have like this beef basically, and we're supposed to believe that because of that. Where am I at? Xander's manipulative. Like, he's also one of the people telling her, like, I don't want to be with you. Pick somebody else. Pick somebody else. But when she's moving on with Roman, he keeps putting himself in her path to kind of like make sure he's still top priority. Like, make sure he is still the important party in her life, basically. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I don't like the trope of you can't help who you love. She's been with Roman for over a year. Xander shouldn't even be at the front of her mind anymore. The whole book that she's with Roman, her and Roman have been together, let's say a year and a half. And the whole book, she is constantly defending Xander, uplifting Xander, propping Xander up, making it like nobody comes before Xander. And I get that y'all went through something traumatic, which I haven't touched on in this review yet. But she's been with Roman long enough now to where she should feel strongly about him enough to where he becomes priority. And what I mean by that is, there's nothing in the book that makes us think, or makes me think, that Roman isn't a good person. There's, like, we don't learn that Roman is a cheater. We don't learn that Roman is abusive. We don't learn that Roman is manipulative. We don't learn that Roman got a little side family that she don't know about. Nothing. And it can't be, oh, he's in the streets, because Xander does the exact same thing. We are told that they're basically parallel families. Xander's and Roman's family. So, I don't know. The fact that Roman basically worships Deja in the book, basically. And I don't know. I'm just not buying the nobody comes before Xander. Just because y'all slept together 2 times. It gets so bad. Like, she's literally pregnant by Roman. And Xander is still coming first. Not conveniently getting Roman out the way. I tell y'all, if y'all watch any of my book reviews, I tell y'all this all the time. I do not like when the author conveniently gets the boyfriend out the way for the friend turned boyfriend, or for the other guy that, what is that? My purse. For the other guy that wants to maybe be in the girl's life. I say all the time, I do not like when the author conveniently gets the current boyfriend or current girlfriend or wife, whatever, partner out of the way for the main male or female character in the book. I feel like it's kind of lazy, and I feel like it feels like you didn't create a space for us to not like the current partner, and so you're gonna force them out. Like, it wasn't a situation where we saw Roman cheating on her 2 chapters ago, and so now we're glad that she broke up with him, or we're not even sad that he died. It's like, Roman dies, he's killed, and is and then Xander just swoops in. It's just kind of like, it felt lazy. It felt lazy. Not like the writing was bad. It's just like a personal trope that I hate. I don't like that. Let me get the partner out the way so this person can come in. Because Xander didn't have to do anything to win her. Roman just had to die. And it sucks because Xander was doing things to win her. And he lost to somebody who was able to do... She took shit on a stick, basically. I'm sorry, but Xander holding someone else's child while shirtless is inappropriate. There's a scene where she comes into the room and he's holding her. She and Roman have a daughter named Rain. And she and Rain move in with Xander after Roman dies, which, once again, lazy writing. Because why didn't she go back to her grandma's house? Whatever. And Rain is like sleeping on Xander's chest. And I just think that that's inappropriate. Because it's not his child. And I get it that who you claim to be in love with and have loved your whole life. But it's disrespectful. Like, I don't even think Roman's body was in the ground yet. I'm supposed to believe that she's so in love with Xander that she doesn't even care that her boyfriend and father of her child was murdered. It's like the author kind of glosses over it. Like, we don't see a real period of grief. We don't get, and that's what I wanted. Like, when I saw that he died, I was like, okay, let's see her go through the struggles of like realizing her daughter doesn't have a father. And I get it. The plan is for Xander to step up and become the father figure, but that's still a conversation that you have to have with your daughter down the line. You can't just pretend that Xander's her father, because Roman didn't walk out of her life. Like, Roman didn't choose not to be her father. He died. And so you still owe her the respect and love of speaking her father out loud to her, if that makes sense. And it's like we gloss over him dying. And she asked Xander, like, what should I do? Like, and he's like, well, just be honest with her. Tell her he loved her. He only was in her life for 2 months. Kind of like, she don't know him anyway. But I'm supposed to believe that she's a baby and old enough to have a nickname for Xander. The author has this little girl at a few months old calling Xander Zaza in the book. So I'm supposed to believe that she, after a couple of weeks of being around you, has built up a connection with you. But at up to 2 months old, she doesn't realize that she doesn't smell her father anymore. Child, this book, this going on too long. Let me hurry up and get through this review. We're gonna leave off at... Oh, she was calling him Za. Can infants even make Z sounds? That's what I said. I said Deja leans on people too much. She grows up in a household with her grandma. Cool. All while she's with her grandma. Is she working? She catching a bus somewhere, but it's like she don't have nothing going for herself. Xander is doing everything for her. And then it turns into her moving in with Roman and Roman doing everything for her. And then when Roman dies, she goes back to Xander's house and continues to let Xander do everything for her. There's not a point in the book where Deja is responsible for Rain. There's not one point in the book where Deja is responsible for Deja. The entire book is people taking care of her. The entire book is people doing things for her. There's not one point in the book where we see her stand up for herself. There's not one point in the book where we see her be independent or strong or brave. Well, I don't want to say that. That's a little harsh. But I mean, post what happens to her. Like, everybody is for Deja. And Deja is for Xander. Like, whatever. I don't know. I didn't like it. So the trauma of what Xander and Deja went through is strong enough for him not to be in a relationship with her, but not strong enough for him not to sleep with her. He has like this come to Jesus moment with Deja and finally reveals to her, like, the reason I was scared to be with you or didn't want to be with you is because I couldn't protect you when you were assaulted. When she's assaulted by 3 guys, Xander tries to protect her, but he ends up getting jumped by those 3 guys and badly beaten. And he is trying to tell her, well, because of that, I felt like I wasn't strong enough to be with you. But you had sex with her, sir. You slept with her twice. Why? So, I don't know. It just felt like a cop-out. It just felt like a justification of, y'all are adults. And I'm supposed to believe that this Xander family is a family to be feared. I'm supposed to believe that the Xander family is a family that's not to be messed with. That's how I'm supposed to believe. What Xander experienced pales in comparison to what Deja experienced. He spends pretty much the whole book talking about his trauma and what happened to them that night. And I'm sorry, but being sexually assaulted by 3 guys is way more significant than you getting jumped. And I'm not trying to rank traumas, but let's be real. It is. And I don't like the way that Xander kind of dangles that situation over Deja's head. Like, Deja should feel sad for me. We're the only people who can pull each other out of our nightmares. Like, they're trauma bonded. But it's not like love. It doesn't feel like love. It feels like we share this trauma together. I'm the only person who was there when this happened to you. You're the only person that was physically there when this happened to me. We're connected forever. But it doesn't feel like we should be together. It feels like he knows what she's gone through, and now he is taking advantage of the fact that she is trauma bonded to him. And I didn't like that. I don't like how Xander keeps disrespecting Roman even in death. Roman has this whole trust fund set up in case something happened to him. And the money is supposed to go to Deja and Rain. And Xander knows about it. And he does not tell her. And when she finds out about it, she's like, why didn't you tell me about that? He's like, who told you? Why did you find out? We don't need that nigga's money for shit. And it's like, Roman wasn't a bad guy. Roman didn't do anything. I don't know. There was nothing about the book that made me feel like Xander was this charming, beautiful, amazing man that she needed to be with. The author conveniently got Roman's entire family out of the way. I feel bad for Roman. That's all. We eventually find out that Roman was set up by his brothers, and one of his brothers killed him. And that, of course, creates space for now Rain to never know her daddy's family. But she knows Xander's family, so it's okay. Another thing I didn't like that I did not write down in the book, Deja and Roman call Rain Rainbow. That's her nickname. I don't like that Xander randomly starts calling her kitten, and that becomes the prevalent nickname in the book. Like, we don't hear Rainbow anymore, but we hear kitten every page to appease Xander. Everything about Xander is ego-driven. The book had more reasons why Deja shouldn't be with Xander than it did Roman. I did not like this ship of romance. The writing was great. I think the author's a great writer. It had nothing to do with the book itself in terms of like the writing. The author was good. But it was too many things in a book that I don't like. Like, too many combinations of things that already give me the ick. And so that's why I rated it low. If you like those kind of tropes, you're going to love the book. The book isn't a bad book, but it was enough tropes that I disliked where I wasn't interested. Anyways, my baby's home from school. I need to go be with him for a while. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below. Let me know what other reviews you guys want to see. Let me know if you guys like this review. Let me know if you read this book. What were your opinions on this book? If you know any other books by this author that you think I should check out, let me know down below. Don't send me no more Kindred books. I probably won't like them. Just being honest. The peek into the family that I did see, I ain't care for it. If there are any other Kindred books. They might not be no. I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.